Good afternoon, campers. You join me in a work skiving Lotus afternoon. I've had a good, positive, lovely April. So I am sneaking off whilst I'm ahead of target before it all gets reset back to zero in May. And I'm going to get the roof fitted. Going to collect jerry cans, get more fuel, check the oil, check the water, and then try and find a solution for the dyno guys to be able to lash the car down. So as Ralph correctly pointed out, don't want the A-arms bending. But I tell you what, it does look fucking smart, that low, doesn't it? Oh yes. I'm also wondering, because I've decided that I'm going to paint the hard top. Obviously I'm an expert sprayer. Matte black for the bumpers and make it really black and dark, and maybe put a bit of plasti dip on the chrome bits of the car and murder it out, bruh. I don't know, possibly. I want it to look like it was a race car in the 60s and 70s and it's just been dragged out of a barn and it's just being used. Obviously underneath it's all good, but I want the outside to look like it's a bit of a war-torn, which it is, you know, Survivor. So yeah, I'm quite liking the matte black. I'll have to do the wheels matte black, or I could just scuff them up with a pad. Sounds far more interesting. Anyway, I'm going to crack on with this now. Whatever you do when you're working on your car, always concentrate, because just about got this one off, which was a bit of a struggle, before realising that's the one I need to take off. I mean, fuck's sake, have I not learned anything? There's always one, isn't there? Get the old Dremel out on this one. Don't think I can film it at the same time, but I'll give it a go. Ooh. There we go, we'll knock that off with a L hammer. You should be able to get that out. Special knocking tools, which is, you want a 9/16 for this job. Oh yes. I really do need to find my tripod. There we go. Just got her off. And out. Job done. So I'm going to locate these ones first, because I know that hole has to go in there, and then do the back, and then finally the front. I think ideally I'd like to do the front first, but I know as you put pressure on the front it will pull the screen down. It's got to be the back first. So yeah, this is all building up to the moment where I have to drill into the bodywork, but fuck it, measure once, cut twice. I've got these located. It appears these go through the existing popper holes, whatever they're called. So I'm just going to whip it off, whip those poppers out, and then we should be able to get it fixed in. Well, both of those came out a treat, so yeah, let's go for it. Right, that's all the fixings in. They're not fully tightened down. I've only got one set of hands, but all feels good. There is a bit of a gap there, which could easily be solved by putting another bolt in there and tying into another one of the fixings. So that's another job for another day. The previous owner of the hood did have these 3 additional mounts at the top, which I don't think are entirely necessary, but I'm going to do anyway, because it just pulls you pull the screen in, and also these Elan screens are notoriously weak. I've also got a nice big crack there, don't know how that happened, and this would give it a bit of extra strength, so Just gonna whack a drill through with a nut and bolt. It's not gonna be pretty, but it'll be effective. Okay, so drilling's gonna have to wait for another time because the bolt on the roof wants to go that way and the flat part at the top is that way. So I'm gonna have to think about that, but it's just for the time being while it's being transported. I mean, they were designed to fit like this, so that's not essential. I'm just gonna tighten these up and call it done. I have brought my smoke machine, so I'm just going to test the vacuum, and it needs some oil. I need to go and buy some. The water needs bleeding, so it's really grotty, but it will keep it cool. I'll do that when it's back from the dyno sesh. So yeah, I'll get these tidied up and yeah, get the vacuum tested. Now this is a very, very useful bit of kit. It's just a cheap Amazon smoke pump basically, but you can fire it up your vacuum tubes and it will show you the leaks. I mean, it's just brilliant. I had it when I had my old V10 and that had about 20 miles of vacuum pipe, and if anything wasn't right, it hated you and hated life, and that meant your life was shit. So you literally just whack this up a pipe, smoke comes out, well there's a leak. It couldn't be better. So let me build it some pressure and we'll show you how it works. Turn it on, smoke comes out, blow away all the excess. Then look for smoke. Okay, I just popped the pipe off and there was no smoke, so I'm taking it. I'll have to activate the headlights to get the full. Is that smoke I can see? No. Now this has stopped. Let's see if it stops. It's built pressure. No, it's just stopped. Oh dear. Right. There we go. I thought it had a pressure switch or something. Right, now with that open, I'm going to pull one of these pipes off down here. See if we get a load of smoke. Yeah, there's smoke, so it's coming through the system. Plug it back in. Now we can monitor leaks. How are we looking inside? Aha! I see smoke. So we've got a leaky definitely leaky cable, leaky pipes, and if they're not leaking, they soon will be. Let's see if we've got anything elsewhere. So I'd say no leaks there. I would say we have no leaks around there. Is we leave this running for a while and it should build quite a bit of pressure and then it'll be quite obvious, but it looks like the only leak is the switch. Yeah, you can see it just creeping out. Can't see its origin though. I'm going to investigate off camera. I'd say this is fairly conclusive. I'll turn it on and off. A big puff of smoke. So I've got a leaky switch. So what on earth that means is, I don't know, maybe new switches. Can you get them? See, when it's shut, there is a lot more smoke. When I open it, it subsides a bit. And then when I shut it, it comes out with gusto. Yeah. Let's check the engine bay. See if there's any leaks around here. I cannot see one wisp of smoke there. Let's have a look through the front. Oh no, that's not a good idea. You can see my Ram air kit. So headlights seem to be fine. They may of course leak when they are up, but I'd be able to tell that once it's fixed, because the car would run differently at idle once the headlights are up. But yeah, we've definitely got a leak. Right, well that's that easily found. And yeah, I can't remember how much this was. It was either something like £100 or £20. It, you know, either way, for the money, you just fill it up with baby oil. You know, it's harmless. You know, it's not quite so essential on something like an Elan, because there really isn't that much to fault find. Actually, I'll tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to shove it up my map sensor and then just see if my takeoff is leaking. But this is where we're looking for leaks. That's where we got one. It appears my engineering, now if I hold that up, there is no leak. So that is at least fixable in the short term, but yeah. Oh, my engineering didn't work. You stupid boy. Right, well that's easily solvable. It won't look pretty. Oi oi. But we can wrap that, and then I'll just use this. So I really liked my little takeoff as well, but yeah, that is a leaking vacuum. That might be why my carbs were running lean. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to whip the top off and I'm going to put the needles back to standard, because that's obviously 2 vacuum leaks that will have been causing me issues. Okay, sports fans. Got another leak. I don't appear to have one on this bank, but if you look there, that is coming from in between the carb mounting plate. Yeah, that's not good. That isn't good at all. These bits that I thought might be leaking aren't, which is really good. Alright, I've just blocked that up with my hand. And you can see that has created another leak down here. So, from the same place as the other side. That is an astounding bit of kit. Every home mechanic should have one. It's fantastic. You know, look at the problems it's potentially solved. You know, this is, you know, I'd either be paying labour for the dyno guy to find this problem and sort it, or what happens if he doesn't and just maps it the best that he can in the condition it's presented, which, you know, so fair enough. You know, you take the car down to be mapped, not to be built. you know, we'd have a bad result, wouldn't we? So I wasn't going to measure the off my map sensor, but curiosity got the better of me, and I'm glad it did. So, all right, let's get the carbs off, and I'm gonna have to dash off in a bit and get my daughter. Then I'll be back tonight, get the jets changed, and not forget the jets changed, put the jet back to standard. And this is what we've got. I cleaned it up, but it was really gummy. Don't know what that is. And that's why I didn't put a gasket on. I assumed wrongly that was an interference fit, and it isn't. So my first instance kind of plays on my massive love of O-rings, and you know, well, none of those are going to be big enough. Right, carbs are back to standard spec. Just got to tighten down the top cover. That's still off the car. I've measured it, and I've ordered some O-rings from good old Screwfix. I think they probably should have had them from the start. And look at that. Oh yeah, you can't quite tell, but there is gaffer tape wrapped around there. I'm going to get a new bar, and I will run the map sensor off that. Regarding the headlights, it's a tough one. Don't know what to do, because I fancy a 26R headlight conversion, and I don't think they are that difficult to do. I think essentially, if you can see where I'm pointing there, you get a fiberglass panel from Kelsport for like 20 quid. Put that in, and obviously one on this side. Then you mount a light to the back of it. You put a cover on. I mean, it's obviously not quite that simple, but yeah, I just think it looks cooler. And you know, I'm not too ashamed. I'm not afraid to admit it. God, I can't even get my words out. I want it to look cool. I do care what other people think about me, and I think they'll love me more if I have. God, that sounds cringy. Yeah, I want 26R headlights. So that's what I'm going to have. But I'm not going to do that until I've had the car back, because it could be a big bill and I might not have any money. So let's just hold fire until it's working, and then we'll see. But the carbs are back. O-rings will be at Screwfix tomorrow, so I'll get those bolted on. I've got some, going to fill it up with oil. I've got some more super. Well, I've got the cans in the boot, the Mini. I'm going to get some more super. So the roof's on. It's just lashing points now. Ooh, rolling around on the floor, but I suppose it's a job I'm ideally suited to, being a gutter snipe. And this was my best effort with lashing. So I've got that there, and I've got similar at the back. Carbs are back to standard specification, just waiting on the O-rings. A viewer said this is probably not best practice because it can cause, I don't know, arcing or something that gives a misfire. So I'll clip those off tomorrow. I did wonder why I'd not seen anyone else do it with zip ties. That's probably why. So O-rings, HT leads, then that's the front done. Then wandering to the back, I've taken one suspension bag out. It is a little bit higher, but I think it's still right. But either way, I'm getting adjustable suspension on this, and it's going down. It's just going to look cool. And at the back, I think this was Ralph's suggestion as well, wrapped it around the mounts for the A-arms. So I'll leave this, I'll tie this up so we can drag it onto the trailer, but I'll leave it very much up to the dyno operator how he wants to go, but that should at least give him an idea of how I would like it done. Battery's fully charged, ready to go. Got the fuel cans in the boot, fill them up tomorrow. Yeah, nearly there, nearly bloody there.